Welcome to Cars from a Woman's Perspective. I'm Alissa Berry with your automotive review from a woman's point of view. I drive some of the most popular cars made today. Sports cars, off-road cars, luxury cars, and my favorite, testing high-performance vehicles on the track. We'll look under the hood, explore manufacturer culture, put seasonal packages to the test, and I'll give you my honest opinion from behind the wheel. Find your automotive review from a woman's point of view at Cars from a Woman's Perspective. Welcome to Cars from a Woman's Perspective. Today, we have the Maserati Gran Turismo. The Maserati Gran Turismo is a two-door coupe, a 6-speed automatic and semi-automatic with paddle shifters. So check out the massive engine underneath this hood. It's a 4.2-liter, 405 horsepower engine. It's also a 6-speed and gets a lot of grr for the touring that it was created for. Now let's put its name to the test on the road. Maserati, another beautiful line from Italy. It looks beautiful and drives beautifully. There are 4 drive modes: normal, sport, ice, and manual. I like that they call it normal. Like, what's normal for a Maserati? 400 horsepower, that's normal. 4.2-liter engine, that's normal. High-performance Brembo brakes, that's normal. It's comfortable and sleek. Awesome Italian design. So normal mode comes with all of the automatic awesomeness that the Maserati already is by nature. If you feel like bumping that spunk up a notch or two, that's when you click into sport mode. Yeah, baby! And there is a noticeable difference. Sport mode changes gears at very high engine speeds, 40% faster than normal mode. I would say sport mode takes it up more than just a notch. Ice mode, of course, is self-explanatory, supposed to give you more traction in slippery conditions. Manual mode gives you 2 options for operating manually. You can use a shifter here, pop it over to the left and use the plus and minus for upshifting and downshifting, or you can use the paddle shifters. The cool thing about the paddle shifting option is that even if you're in normal automatic mode, you can just downshift to mass. It'll kick it into manual for you, and then after a few seconds it just goes back into auto again, so it's kind of like a no-brainer. Alright, so here I am in normal automatic mode, doing the speed limit. Let's punch it and see what happens. Wow! After a while you just feel like you're gonna take off. By the way, I'm still doing the speed limit. Let's put it into sport mode and do the same thing. Whoa, baby! So the same type of thing, only a more spicy meatball. They say that this car was built as a touring car for this very reason. It's got so much get up and go. It's a pleasure to drive. And when you're taking corners, it accelerates out of the turn for you. This is the vehicle you want to be driving on road trips. Beautiful fall rides. Watch the leaves change. It started to rain, but it didn't affect the drive. Well, that's Colorado weather for you. A minute later, the sun was out, so the top came down. I like the parking brake button. There's no lever by your foot to press. It's like Star Trek brakes. I wonder what else it can do.
not being able to supply hot beverages on demand, there's no doubt the Maserati Gran Turismo is a full-blown pamper fest that caters to a female's propensity for pleasurable possessions.
I feel like Maserati is a little bit underrated. The Gran Turismo is a fantastic road trip vehicle. If you're looking for something sporty and fun without the sticker price of a Ferrari, but say a little bit more punch than a BMW 6 Series, this car is an amazing candidate.
Next time, we'll explore their racing heritage and see what else the manufacturer has in store for us ladies. Cars from a Woman's Perspective will be right back. Now that we've test-driven a luxury vehicle on the road, let's hit the track and see which cars perform as good as they look. We started with the Nissan 370Z convertible. This 3.7-liter V6 coupe gets 332 horsepower. It's a 7-speed automatic with downshift rev matching, a technology that debuted with this make and model. They say it gives you the best of a manual and an automatic transmission because it helps keep the speed of the engine matched with the speed of the wheels when downshifting. This reduces the loss of power during the shifting process, making the transfer of energy more efficient. A more efficient engine means a smoother ride and no lurches forward when downshifting.
Part of the appeal for me is definitely that it's a convertible. I do like it because of that, but on the track, I gotta say, I just left it in drive the whole time. I didn't even touch the paddle shifters because I didn't feel like I needed to, and I had a really good time out there. It was really easy to drive.
Next, I drove the Mazda CX-5, going from a convertible to a crossover. This compact crossover is available in front wheel and all-wheel drive. The one I drove was all-wheel drive. A crossover isn't exactly the first car I would think of to take on the track, but it's a Mazda, and Mazdas are no stranger to the track. They pride themselves on sportier steering, a sportier feel, and the CX-5 is low to the ground. That being said, this 2.5-liter 4-cylinder crossover didn't leave me feeling like a soccer mom.
So after driving the CX-5 on the racetrack, I've got to say, obviously by looking at it, this is a family car, but it can definitely handle and take a little bit of a beating, and you can drive it the way you want to drive it, and that's nice to know that it can handle that.
You're looking at the Mercedes C63 with the AMG package. Hello! The ergonomic front seats are deeply contoured. Sitting in them feels like a big hug with the kind of all-around support that every girl appreciates. This car screams renegade, and being in its presence makes my heart pound. The C63 comes with the AMG package. AMG engines are built by one person from start to finish, truly handcrafted. I especially like the flat-bottom steering wheel, which leaves room for your legs.
So we're in the Camaro ZL1. There's a 6-speed gearbox. We'll probably only use about 4 of them on the track. And we're gonna go for a spin with Mike. He's gonna teach me how to drive properly.
And it was just my color, too. It looked like it was just asking to be taken out on the track for some fun. This is the performance version of the Camaro, built to be a high-performance street and track car. It puts out 580 horsepower from a supercharged 6.2-liter V8. There are cars with higher horsepower, but the Camaro's supercharger really pushes you down the track. One fun thing about the ZL1, when you put it in sport mode, it stays there forever, even when you turn the car off and come back to it later. This is definitely a car for hard-charging drivers. It looks awesome and feels awesome to drive.
Here, we just got out of the beautiful Mercedes AMG. It's a $80,000 car, and then we also drove the Camaro, a nice American car, the ZL1, which is about $60,000. And after driving them back to back, they handle very similarly on the track. we got this nice American car that just costs so much less money. So this is the new Fiat Abarth. This was built to be the performance version of the 500 that they have. This one competes with the Mini Cooper S and the Volkswagen GTI. So let's see how she does.
Small and feisty, driving the Fiat Abarth feels like playing a real-life video game. With 160 horsepower, the 1.4-liter turbocharged four-cylinder flexes every muscle it has to rip it up like a champ. And looks good in the process. I can't help but be in a good mood driving this hot little hot rod. I find BMWs to handle best on the track. It just feels fluid behind the wheel. I can just sit back, buckle up. I don't have to overthink anything. There's a weight to the car, a balance. It doesn't feel too heavy, but feels solid like a tank. Inside the car, I found the iDrive circular knob a bit quirky for changing the stereo. To me, it was like a secret handshake that I can never quite get right. But gingerly spinning the wheel does feel a bit fancy, and that can be fun.
So with the BMW 335i, for some reason I just naturally bonded with this car. I felt the most comfortable behind the wheel at really high speeds. The cool thing about this particular vehicle is that it's not necessarily BMW's biggest, baddest car. It's more of a family vehicle, but what a blast to drive. I loved it.
My old friend, the Mini Cooper Coupe, was next on my list. Mini Cooper evolved from its original style, to the four-door Countryman, to the Clubman convertible, to the new sexy coupe. To make the coupe, they lowered the roof a little bit, leaned the windshield back, rounded out the back end, and pow! You have a sexy roadster. The inside has become a little tighter, but the storage in the back is actually nice, with 9.8 cubic feet and a pass-through into the back seat for longer items. As far as performance, the 6-speed 1.6-liter turbo puts out 184 horsepower, which makes this little go-kart a powerful and zippy competitor to the Audi TT. And it's just fun to drive, especially in sport mode.
Well, that was a blast. My old friend, the Mini Cooper, handled like a champ on the track and corners like the best of them. So I personally love Mini Coopers. They're one of my favorite cars, and I had a smile on my face the entire time.
And now it's time for the supercar super eye candy, the Audi R8. Audi's first supercar was designed to compete with Ferrari and Lamborghini. They did a bang-up job of that, considering the V8 engine actually comes from the Lamborghini Gallardo. From the plush interior leather and carbon fiber design to the slick exterior, this luxury ride screams, "Look at me, but get out of my way." The V10 puts out 543 horsepower, and with its tight suspension, magnetic ride, and carbon ceramic brakes, the R8 can be an explosive but scary machine. It's designed more for the track and less as a comfortable everyday driver, but I'm on the track today, and I found it to be more than a bit overbearing as my first supercar on a track. But man, I dig this ride. Congratulations, Audi. You've designed a powerful track warrior that's a force to be reckoned with.
So the Audi R8, probably the first supercar I've ever really gotten to drive, and it handles really stiffly because it is a supercar, and I've got to say, holy crap, this was the coolest experience I've had, and I absolutely loved it.
Cars from a Woman's Perspective will be right back.
We're overlooking the Autocross track at Winter Park for Minis in the Mountains. Minnie of Loveland was kind enough to give me a Mini Cooper S to play with on the track. But this is an event where Mini Cooper owners can come and tear it up on the track and use their car for what I think they were intended for. Let's go check it out. Why does Winter Park like this event?
It's fun just to see all the different Mini Coopers come up. We have over 200 cars this year from all different varieties and different ages of the cars. And we have probably over 250 people that registered to be here for this event this weekend.
Nice.
First timers, how many first timers? All right, awesome, great. Welcome. Today's going to be lots of fun.
First comes the safety briefing to get all the drivers on the same page. Next, we walk the track, which is really just a series of cones to know where we're going. Then we get behind the wheel.
All right, I'm excited. I'm gonna go grab my helmet because I kind of want to protect that. What would you say the key points are for somebody who's new at this like me that you should keep in mind?
I think the single most important thing when you're doing this or you're doing what we did at High Plains Raceway or in the future is looking ahead, look way down the track. And I don't know if you ski or not,
Yes.
but you can't look at your feet while you're skiing.
Right.
You have to look down the hill. And
a
this
good
is
analogy.
the same thing, you're looking down the hill.
Right.
And what you'll find when you leave here today, Alyssa, if you're driving, is that when you get out on the road today, you're going to be looking down the road rather than right in front of the car. And I think you're going to be very pleased with what you see with your driving skills.
Yeah, I can't
The
wait.
second most important thing is just to relax and keep it happy, which I can tell you weren't doing today.
I wasn't having any fun today.
No, you weren't screaming and yelling and laughing and jumping up and down.
That's how much fun this is. You're an autocross fan yourself, aren't you?
I've been a car guy since I was a little kid, and so if you're really a car person, autocross is something that you just love, and you like to watch it, you like to do it. It's a great event. It gives people a chance in a very safe environment that's set up professionally to push their car a little bit, which they can't do or they're not supposed to do on the city street. But the other thing is you learn a lot about your own car and your own abilities, and you get better. You've probably seen every time you do a lap, you get just a little bit better and a little bit more confidence.
Definitely.
And it teaches you how to handle your car.
Yeah.
Which in an emergency sometimes that could come to benefit you.
How do you feel like this is helping you in real life?
You know, it does help because it teaches you kind of how to control your car. And that's really good, you know, in any day situation.
These are great cars, and I've been kind of looking, and a lot of them have got the right tires on them.
Yeah.
Their balance is good. They've got a lot of power. So.
I've been autocrossing since about 2004, and I have 3 solo national championships with the Sports Car Club of America.
Do you see more and more women doing this every year?
I hope so, yeah. I'm really impressed with the number of women that are doing this, and I think it's great.
And you learn the capability of your car so that when that emergency situation comes up, I can just jump over in this lane real quick and I'll be safe.
When we built our village and we started really expanding our operations from winter to summer, we started saying, what kinds of things can you do in addition to just skiing?
Right.
We came up here, we ended up paving this lot. And being a car guy, I'm looking at a paved lot and I'm thinking, boy, we could do autocross.
Right.
That led me to car shows. So now we're trying to get more into the car show business. And the thing you learn about car shows and car people, they're just the nicest people.
Yeah, we are a lot of fun.
They come up, they spend a few nights here, they roam around the village. The cars are great animation for us. They're colorful people. Everybody loves to come and look at cars.
Well, thank you so much. This is an absolute blast.
Thank you for being here. Congratulations on your newfound sport.
Thank you.
All right, now it's time to get behind the wheel. My first few times on the course was rough. Chris from Mini of Loveland gave me some pointers.
I keep getting a little bit better, so that's good.
After a few more runs, I started to pick it up. And then I had my best run of the day.
into the 41s now. Yay! Yeah.
And I got a little excited. And you just got to witness my best score so far.
You did a great job. You look good out there.
What's your favorite part about autocross?
I like the competition.
Nice. How would you say you've improved year to year?
Well, I walked the course this year. Last year I didn't get a chance.
Oh,
So
boy.
I was kind of learning as I went.
And every autocross track is a little bit different. So
Yes.
this is different than the one it was last year.
Oh yeah, very, very different. I'm getting faster every time. I'm having lots of fun.
Cool. That's all that really matters.
Oh yes.
I do it for fun.
Yeah.
And it's just fun to see how the car handles and, put it through its paces in a nice, safe environment.
From a woman's perspective, how awesome is this event?
Very awesome. I mean, it's a bunch of minis. I mean,
Yeah.
we're here for Minis in the Mountains with,
Yeah.
it's sponsored by Mini.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
You gonna sleep in the helmet tonight?
Probably.
Okay. I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Yes, definitely.
You look good.
I want to sleep in the Mini Cooper in my helmet.
Understand that. Here comes another car.
Thanks for joining me for Minis in the Mountains Autocross, and for coming along for the ride with cars from a woman's perspective. They're so fast. Oh, let's not get hit here.
Let's not get run over by
Yeah,
them.
not very good at this, am I? Mini Cooper in my helmet.
Understand that. Here comes another car.